What is the best video game for couples to play? Divinity Original Sin 2 was perfect for me and my ex, since we are both into D&D. Came here to say DOS 2. My wife and I loved playing through it together. Careful. Upset him and his ex. Shit's gonna go down. No worries. I upgraded. That's a great update. Keep up the good work. Remember to respect her to fit your build. Portal and Portal 2. Wait. There's Coop in Portal 1. I think he just means trying to solve the puzzles together. A lot of single player puzzle games can be played co-op like that. Any story driven, choose your path type game are great for that too. Both people just need to be paying attention and you can just pause when times decisions pop up to discuss your options. Until dawn. Detroit Become Human. Telltale Games etc. Don't Telltale Games have a timer? Yup. Could pause as suggested or yell something quick haha. My so and I play Dead by Daylight as survivors. We get frustrated together when the killer is good, and we cheer together when the killer is bad. Perfect bonding experience. I once played as the killer for my husband and his friends. The previous killers made the mistake of constantly talking and giving away where they were. Me. I was very quietly patient while they blabbed and got drunker. I slipped up because I couldn't help giggling when I was about to pounce on one of them. They were ducking, creeped out and loved it. Gang Beasts. Trust me, you will laugh yourselves to death. And if you like that goofy nonsense, Human Fall Flat is a good co-op puzzle game with the same kind of mechanics. Edit. If you guys want to see some gamma play, I highly recommend Fun Horse. They have a few hilarious playthroughs that aren't too long. Upvote for Human Fall Flat. It's probably my favorite game ever, and it's great how they've added a workshop too. I love that game so much. It's everything I wanted Gang Beasts to be. The Coop is so much fun solving the puzzles together, and there's so much hilarity. Unravel 2 is super relaxing and cute. Bought this to play with my wife. She doesn't really play games, but she enjoyed the first one. Overcooked. If you love a cooperation challenge, it could also ruin your relationship. Edit. Who are Silver. Also, for those looking for a similar experience with less stress, you might try Diner Brothers, though I think it's only on Steam/PC at the moment. I had so much fun playing this with my girlfriend, until she decided to go on break, then it became just me trying to race the clock. Me, babe, we need to make tomato soup. Why are you in the corner? I'm on break. Me, what? Thought this was a Ross situation. We were on a break. You fell asleep? Question mark? Front and back. Castle Crashers. Battle Block Theater by the same team is awesome too. Behemoth makes great games. Shout out to Alien Hominid. Had a ton of fun playing that with other people. Snipper Clips. It's for 2 people and it's where people work together. Edit. Thanks for the awards and upvotes. It means a lot to me. It's even better at making your friends hate you than Mario Party. Pink. Exclamation mark. WTF are doing pink? You fucking slipped me. Why, I had the perfect fit, you dope. I always get the rotate and snip buttons confused. I didn't do it on purpose, I swear. My wife and I played on stuff together a lot on the PC. We both have our own PCs, and it is such a great time. Edit. First ever gold. That is awesome. Thanks a ton. Besides DST, my wife and I love playing single player detective games, where you need to solve an overarching mystery. We get addicted, and we must complete it together, and she usually watches and helps solve, while I do the actual playing. They are a slow burn with hardly any action, and are great to spend time with a partner on. Examples are The Pain's Creek Killings and Return of the Abradinas are 2 favorites we spent dedicated time together on. Can't believe I had to scroll this far to see DST. Good choice though. I used to play it with my ex too. Really teamwork building haha. Edit. My very first silver. Thanks friend. Also when I first commented this, DST was all the way down. Hence the scrolling so far. Apparently not good enough teamwork building. If your so is into action games, Borderlands, Sniper Elite, Left 4 Dead, also battle royales. If your so is into non-violent games, Stardew Valley, Factorio, Minecraft, Terraria, Starbound, Don't Starve Together, etc. If your so is not used to video games, story-driven games you can play together such as a Red Strings Club, Oxenfree, Life is Strange, Telltale games in general. If your so is into board games / party games, Monster Prom, Tricky Towers, Town of Salem, etc. Would also recommend Dungeon of the Endless, Coop Tower Defense Dungeon Crawler, and The Escapists 2, Silly Prison Break Sim. Seeing Terraria in non-violent games. Player was removed from world by boulder flashbacks. Well, the game itself is not very violent. The real violence is raging after getting wrecked by expert mode Skeletron for the 27th time. Just make a giant arena of wooden platforms and every boss becomes S mode when you can basically fly in every direction and never stop. Borderlands split screen is great. My husband and I always argue about getting the best loot and guns. Edit. Lots of folks saying to duplicate loot. Part of the fun is the competition we have to get the best things first and wind each other up. It's part of our gaming dynamic. My girlfriend and I are waiting for 3. Can confirm we fight over loot, which usually goes 3 items for her then 1 for me. Good news then. Number 3 is coming with instanced loot to prevent fighting over weapons. What you see in a chest is only for you, and she'll see her own loot instead. If fighting over loot is what brings you joy though, I believe it is a toggleable option. I like the word toggleable. Heck yes. And is true. The feature can be toggled. I kind of prefer the chaotic shared loot lol. My wife isn't a gamer either, and she actually loves Borderlands. And she hates FPS games. I prefer shared fight over loot because most of the time it's irrelevant. If you're not playing the same character or specs for the same type of gun, it doesn't matter. Hell, in Borderlands 2, my friend and I would both play Zero Zero, but I liked playing his melee skill set and my buddy played the sniper skills. We required different gear to fill those roles, so even on the same character it didn't matter that we had to share loot. Fireboy and Water Gerald 3, The Ice Temple, F to Flash, F. Terraria is pretty fun for co-op. Came here to say this as Terraria is our go-to game to play together. My wife never got into third FPS controls, but grew up playing Mario and EK, so the second approach in Terraria is great for her. It's a lot of fun, and it works while using phones / tablets as well. 1.3 is finally coming. Edit. Little did I know it was released today. And 1.4 on PC this year. All journeys must end. F. My wife doesn't really like video games, but she loves playing co-op Lego Jurassic Park with me, so I think most of the Lego games would work. They are also great if you want to play with your kids. My son and I have played all the Lego video games countless times. They're a blast without being too intense for someone who isn't that into video games. We don't enjoy the newest ones quite as much because they've tried to make them cooler without adding any challenge. Tap O repeatedly while your character does cool moves. But they are still fun. I'd recommend Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and Lego Batman second to start, especially if you're a fan of any of those franchises. Edit. People have shamed me for leaving off Lego Star Wars, the complete saga, and they are right to do it. It's an awesome Lego game. Next year there's Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, and I'm counting down the days. I'm not a hardcore gamer, but my fiance plays several first-person shooters and things like that. We both play the Lego games because we can both complete them 100% every time. And it's a fun goof-off game that isn't too serious. The bugs get to us every now and then, but nothing like a good gaming session and some good conversation while we wait for the game to unfreeze every now and then. Mario Kart. It's all fun and games until you get blue shelled at the finish line on the 3rd lap. That's why I play Double Dash, since you can straight up dodge them with no items needed. Granted, it's a 1-frame window at 60 FPS, but it's possible. All depends on what kind of games you're into, but me and my wife have really enjoyed Minecraft. She loves to build. I love to explore and set up farms and shit. Resident Evil 5. Nothing is as ostentatious a show of love as saving your wife from a chainsaw man, or vice versa. Edit. Vice versa as in me saving her from the chainsaw man. Though I guess in the end he is the one who truly needed saving. Rayman Legends. Good platforming fun. You can easily knock your friends into their death though. So this one is a marriage tester. Gang beasts with other friends as well. She loves this game. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1/2/3. Finding the first two may be tedious, edit, to find. But the third is out on Switch and very solid if you like arcade brawlers. Divinity, Original Sin, 1 and 2. Local co-op on PS4, and I think PC as well. We love this game. It's basically D&D in video game form. Dungeons and Dragons. We play 3-5 course, that's what we learned on IDM to campaigns that she is a player in. And we also play in 2 other campaigns that are done by different friends of ours. She also just likes to watch me play more cinematic games like The Last of Us, which she was very invested in. We switch off games like Splatoon 2 and Katamari as well. I strive to be in as many D&D games as you are. Hot damn. We have a very regular work schedule and we don't go to all of them weekly. The 2 I don't DM switch of every other Sunday. The 2 I do DM happen every now and then. Just kinda whenever people have time. I'm in college, and we switch between Shadowrun and D&D depending on the weekend. I would like to get a game running as a DM, but schedules are crazy, especially with this being my last semester. Yeah, college is a crazy time to try to schedule regular stuff like D&D. I didn't get around to having more time for it until after I graduated. But then I got a job, so I'm back down to scheduling it with my few free hours at LMAO. Lovers in a dangerous space-time. You both pilot a spaceship and have to cooperate to complete the levels. It's super fun and the music is great. It's a really great game, and it's even better with more players. But I only have one girlfriend. Need at least 2. 3 is better. My girlfriend's girlfriend. She's my girl. 2. RIP Peter Steele. Stardew Valley. I didn't know it was a 2-player game. That's awesome. Little Big Planet. My husband and I have never laughed harder when we were playing the Boomtown level and one of us kept setting off the bombs. 100% agree. Love this game. Never laughed so hard in my life than when I was playing with my husband and he somehow glitched and got stuck under the dog in the beginning. Then the dog dragged him through the entire level, all while he kept trying to get out. The amount of accidental deaths and the chaos had me dying from laughter till I couldn't grip the controller anymore, lol. I've never had a game that had me in tears crying. Chaos is the perfect word to describe that. When you get stuck on an infinite trampoline loop, I just couldn't control my laughter. It's the perfect couple game. Overcooked. This game is like marriage counseling for us. We either figure it out and work together, or we let out our frustrations over how king and competent the other person is. It's even more interesting playing it, since my girlfriend used to be a line cook and still works in the service industry. Even though it's a game, she would say behind you, and get way too into it. Overcooked is amazing in how accurate it conveys the feeling of working in a restaurant. Sometimes you're firing on all cylinders and it's this crazy zen thing. More often it's a barely contained garbage fire and you're relieved it's over. It is amazing how thin the line can be in Overcooked between Zen line cook god and everything is literally on fire. Humans Fall Flat. Fun for a little while, but the camera motion with half of a Switch Joy-Con made me feel nauseous. I play it on the PlayStation. It works insanely well on there. Stardew Valley or Baba Is You. No game has simultaneously made me feel like both a genius and a complete and utter moron like Baba Is You did. Usually those two feelings are within minutes of one another, sometimes seconds. Crusader Kings 2. If your partner doesn't leave you for marrying your hot pagan daughter, then your relationship is true. Also holds up in game. But you can join the Satanists to possess her and ensure her fidelity. Then become mad and fall in love with Glitterhoof. Edit. Is it possible to possess players though? I know a couple that plays Destiny 2 together a lot. They have a good time. Also a big +1 for Minecraft. Minecraft is an absolute unit of multiplayer. My GF. Best friend. And I play together a lot, and it's a blast. Edit. I was trying to be wholesome, guys. How though? Is there a nice easy way to host a vanilla server and share a world? That's all I've wanted, and every time I've looked into it, I've run out of patience quickly. Edit 1. Okay, now I understand. RIP my inbox. Thanks for all the suggestions guys. We'll be looking into all of them. Thanks. Edit 2. Thanks everyone. Looked into Realms and I couldn't be happier. Sharing a server with a whole bunch of friends. I have more wheat seeds than I know what to do with. You should check out Realms. So worth the $7 a month. I can play. My friends can play. My girlfriend could play. And we can do that on multiple devices. I can be on my phone at work while my roommate/friends are on theirs boxes at home. And my girlfriend could be on her iPad. Shit is well worth the money. One of the biggest things I liked about that was that the billing was non-recurring. Makes it super easy to just add on another month or more without having to worry about forgetting to cancel. Namely if you are buying it for your kids. I tried out a month free trial and loved it. Only reason I stopped was because my friends kinda burned out on the game after a month. But definitely well worth it. Any of the LEGO games. Though I'm particularly fond of LEGO Lord of the Rings. They're very entertaining and all have split screen co-op. I just gotta say that I'm still super salty that LEGO Hobbit did not have a fucking ending. They just didn't finish the damn game. If one of you is a gamer but the other isn't, surprisingly, Pokemon Go. Go for a walk. Talk to each other. Catch critters. Nice casual date. Card games like Hearthstone could be easily learned. And surprisingly I learned recently that non-gamer adults find Spyro to be easily learned and enjoyed. Edit 2. Holy crap, I forgot about the Jackbox party games. They're meant more for a group of friends to play. But if my BF and I can get our family members to play it with us, you can pretty much drag along anyone to play it. Lots of trivia games and hilarious stuff. You just need one big screen and your phones to play it. If you both like games, but one of you prefers to watch as opposed to play literally any horror or puzzle game. Note, only play horror games if the player is capable of handling the other randomly jumping at nothing or randomly freaking out. No, I'm not saying that as if I'm that person or anything. If you're both gamers looking for a fun time, Stardew Valley, Terraria, the Halo franchise, Portal 2, Dynasty Warriors / any of their Nintendo spin-off counterparts, Diablo 2 / Diablo 3, WoW or Destiny if you're into MMOs, Binding of Isaac, Rebirth, specifically the anti-birth mod for enhanced fun. We were here, and we were here too. Great teamwork games. If you're both gamers and you really want to test the boundaries between fun and rage because whatever, Overcooked, the older Mario parties, Mario Kart, Manual Samuel, Cook Serve Delicious, 1 and 2, Octodad, Super Smash Bros. Unless you're playing with computers and items added. Edit. I wanted to add, if you're both gamers and you are also both fans of puzzle games, The Witness is another interesting game. It's mind-boggling and needs to have an evening dedicated to it, as well as pen and paper. My boyfriend and I did a playthrough of it, and by the end we had a dozen pictures on our phones and 12 pages of scribbled down nonsense like patients in an asylum slowly going through a mental breakdown. This would be under the rage category mostly, but it's by far one of the more memorable experiences I've had with my partner playing video games. Edit 3. Jesus duck, I post this on my lunch break at work and get over 100 messages. Thanks for giving me a heart attack y'all. I kid. Though for real. Some of you reminded me of some great games I forgot. For the more complex communicative or rage-inducing games, Cuphead, Surgeon Simulator, Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, Enter the Gungeon, Bloodborne or Dark Souls, if you both have copies of the games. For more accessible, beginner-friendly games, or for gamers looking for a fun time, lovers in a dangerous space-time, Borderlands, Guild Wars 2, FF14 and old school RuneScape for MMO fans, Monster Hunter World, Payday 2, GTA 5 Online, Risk of Rain 2, Rust, for the watchers. Visual novel or story games are definitely a good pick. Until Dawn, Walking Dead, The Wolf Among Us, Life is Strange, The Last of Us. I'm 100% sure I've missed a lot of suggestions. So just keep going through this thread honestly and you'll probably find a lot of suggestions for you and your partner to check out. I loved We Were Here. I've been in an escape room where each of us were placed in separate coffins and had to communicate with old mobile phones in order to get out. We Were Here kind of reminded me of this experience. We had a blast. I'm looking forward to playing We Were Here too. Wait, what? You paid money and allowed yourself to be locked in a coffin with just an old phone? No, man, and here I was doing it to people for free. Wife and I played through Divinity: Original Sin. The pacing and co-op element were great, and we both enjoyed the writing. Plus you can save basically any time, which makes it good for nights where we didn't have a ton of time. Here are the games my BF and I play. Most of the games we play are PC games and we play with controllers. I will note, if they are not PC, we are both game nerds. So we play some obscure things sometimes. Overcooked, my guy and I love it. It is challenging, silly and fun. It is also a coop style game, so you need to communicate, plan and support to be able to complete some of the super hard levels. Supports up to 4 players. Cuphead, OMG hard. Side-scrolling shooter game done in the style of 1930s cartoons, hand animated, and a Netflix show coming out soon. I suck at it, but we still have fun with it. For up to 2 players. Lego games, Xbox 360, fun, nostalgic, story-based and lots of game options. We are currently playing Lego Star Wars and Pirates of the Caribbean. Various emulator games. We have played arcade games on emulator. Last one was GMNT Arcade. Later got to play the actual machine at a convention and beat it. We have even played games that are older than us, both 37. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.